Hi there. This is the 2019-2020 version of CMS Music Ensembles. This is a presentation that guides you through what we do outside of the band class at CMS. These are extra offerings, co-curricular offerings through our Student Activities Department. Some of the reasons you might want to join these groups would be to develop further skills in music, play different styles of music than what we play in class, to play more advanced music, to get extra help and experience, to work with different teachers, make new friends, and play with older and younger kids. Oftentimes our ensembles are both 7th and 8th grade. To work with high schoolers, clinicians, perform extra concerts, travel with other kids, and go on field trips. They're lots of fun. We put a lot of effort into it, and we hope that kids like it. Try it. You can sign up for as many as you'd like, as many as you can fit into your schedule. A lot of kids actually choose to fill up every morning with something because it's a lot of fun. Our ensembles that we offer, there are several. 3 of them focus on your instrument specifically. So if you're a brass player, you'll get extra help, learn some techniques that are unique to the brass instruments. Woodwinds, same kind of thing. If you play a woodwind instrument, flute, oboe, clarinet, saxophone, you guys can focus then on those specific skills that you use and perform. All these groups perform concerts, one in the fall, one in the spring. Percussion and drumline, same type of deal. We're going to work on percussion skills. So if you're looking to really get better at your instrument with other instrument players that are the same type, these are great ensembles for that. This is the first, we mentioned them first because it's the first recommendation we have. These are the probably ensembles that provide the most instruction on your instrument. But then there's a couple other groups that are large groups that we highly recommend as well. Jazz band and pep band. So jazz band plays jazz music, and that includes swing music, rock and roll, Latin music, all sorts of different styles of music in a jazz band setting. Jazz band in our district goes all the way through high school. They have 3 jazz bands at the high school, and we put a lot of effort into it. That means Tuesday mornings. Pep band is Wednesday mornings, and that group plays for athletic events and does some traveling to the different elementary schools. We'll be playing a Timberwolves game. We will play for an Eden Prairie football game, perhaps play at US Bank Stadium if they go on to the championships. But that's a fun group for playing mostly pop and rock music. And that's sometimes our largest group. And then we have in the winter the symphonic band, the symphonic travel band we call it, and that meets on Mondays and Thursday mornings, and throughout the winter, starting at the end of December, and then we come back after winter break and play January, February, and through the middle of March. It's kind of a long season. I'll tell you more about that in a bit. There's some other opportunities that you may be interested. The orchestra in the morning, if you play a string instrument, or central singers, if you're interested in singing. A lot of band kids have this passion for singing as well, so that's a great way to get into that. And then, of course, we have the spring musical for 8th graders. There is a musical pit. Anyone can be in the cast, crew, lighting, set design, anything like that, but the pit orchestra is reserved for 8th grade band and orchestra kids. So those are some other things that you could do. In addition to our regular band classes, we offer these ensembles, and there are no auditions. So anyone who signs up can be in them. We're signing up now. Rehearsals will begin next week. That should say the 16th through the 20th. The registration is a $20 online student activities fee. There is always scholarships available, and those can be paid on the fee pay system through our school. There's a great picture right there of the travel band going to Chicago a few years ago. So another way to look at it, we'll break it down by the year here. Okay, so jazz band and percussion ensemble go all year long. In the fall, we offer these 3 ensembles: brass, woodwind, and pep band. In the winter, the symphonic travel band kicks up quite a bit, and the pep band does a couple things in the winter, but they're basically done. And then in the spring, woodwinds and brass start back up. And the detailed schedules are on Google, which we'll be sending you. There's a picture of the pep band playing at a football game. Kids usually do one of these ensembles as an opportunity. Sometimes they do more than one. It's a great opportunity to play a secondary instrument as well. If you want to play another instrument and get to know another instrument, or if you already do, this is a great opportunity for you. Like I said, the first session goes until winter break with a winter performance. We try to set up carpools and help you get here because it is early in the morning. 6:45 a.m. start time for all the ensembles, and what most kids, obviously their first reaction, and most parents too, their first gut reaction is, well, that's really early. But then if you really take a deeper look at it, a lot of you get up at about the same time, maybe a little bit later, but not too much later, and then you spend your time sitting on a bus. The alternative would be, instead of sitting on a cold bus and waiting at the bus stop, if you can get a ride here or carpool with somebody, maybe you would rather spend your time with your friends playing music and getting ready to travel and do some fun things with them. So it's not too different than when most kids normally get up, but you can start your day with a lot of fun and then head off to first hour totally awake and ready to go. All the groups do various concerts throughout the year. Some groups travel, like I said, Mall of America, St. Paul, Chicago, Madison, Eau Claire, etc. So another way to look at it is by instrument. So whatever instrument you might play, you can see what ensembles are possible for you. So whatever instrument you play, here's a list of the groups that you could be in. Some of the instruments only play in a couple things, like in a jazz band, we need guitar players, piano players, and bass players. Well, they're not involved in all the other groups, but if you are, for example, in percussion, there's a lot of groups that you could be in. So check your instrument, see what's available to you, and perhaps sign up. Most people, we start rehearsals next week in the morning. In 2 weeks, 16th through the 20th of September, and most students get dropped off on the east side at door 36. Like I said, carpools are an option. We try to line those up after the first couple rehearsals so that everybody can get here pretty easily. We will have a lot more information about the Chicago trip as we get closer. We're working on the itinerary right now. Typically, we take around 80, 90 kids sometimes. We do about 4 performances. The season for that is December through March. And then we do take a tour. And this year it's to Chicago, and that includes Wi-Fi, a hotel, perhaps swimming in the pool. The itinerary things we're looking at right now is a tour of Wrigley Field, Gino's East Pizza, Blue Man Group, visiting Millennium Park, the Sky Deck, where you walk out over the edge of one of the tall buildings there, the skyscrapers. The Field Museum is where we're going to perform, and then we get a clinic at the university, at Northwestern University. I mention this because priority does go to kids that are already participating in other groups, mostly because they're already used to getting up in the morning and they're already used to practicing. So those are the reasons why we do that. I would say it would be the smartest to sign up for brass, woodwind, or percussion ensemble, so you're building up your skills. But jazz band and pep band are also great ensembles to build your habit towards getting ready if you want to travel with us. And here's a picture of that travel band at the Madison Rotunda in the Capitol building. So we hope you can join us for some of these ensembles. It's a big part of CMS life for musicians here. And as you can see from these pictures, we have a lot of participation. If you're wondering if other kids do them, they do. If you're wondering if you'll meet new people, you will. If you're wondering if you'll have fun, you will. If you're wondering if you'll get better at your instrument, you definitely will. So we hope you can join us. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of this. Please share this with your families, anybody who's in charge or who is interested, and we hope to see you at one of our ensembles. Thanks a lot.